Hello, I am ibxtoycat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. Today, I'm going to be doing a tiny bit of 1.17 prep. I mean, I've obviously gathered a whole ton of ores for that recently. It's been pretty good. Wow, look how many iron ore I have here, in addition to, preparing for 1.17 is a whole interesting thing that we've spoken about a whole ton, so we won't talk about that too much now, but let's just say we've got our iron gathered, we've got our gold gathered. We're very good in that way, but also, in today's video, I intend to just do some projects that, they've been out of the way, but they've been a long time coming before 1.17, as well as doing a little bit more mining. I like that mining's in the spotlight. I love mining in Minecraft, and usually it's you can't stream yourself mining, Toycat, no one cares about it. But recently, you can, it's very exciting. But yeah, so I'm gonna be doing a little bit of that. But first, I have a theory I'd like to share with you all, and I heard this theory and I really enjoyed it. And maybe you'll enjoy it too, because we're going to go over to our ocean monument. What's in an ocean monument, I hear you ask? 6 days to 1.17. You are correct. There is just 6 days. That was bad. There is just 6 calendar days until 1.17 is upon us. But yeah, so allow me to express something interesting, chat. Did you know this right here is an ocean monument, right? And what color is the ocean monument? It's suspiciously this kind of bluey green. I'm just saying, what color does copper turn afterwards? Turns suspiciously blue and green. And so hear me out here. What if actually the ocean monuments are really old and they were meant to be orange this whole time? We won't know for sure what the real situation is. But what I can tell you is it's one of those cool things where I bet if they did make the ocean monument now, they totally make it from aged copper, right? It gets the exact same feel across without needing a whole separate set of blocks. And it's one of those interesting parts of Minecraft that I don't want to call it a continuity error, but when Minecraft updates, all of the previous game goes along with it, and you sometimes get some confusing results from that. Anyway, so today we're placing a whole bunch of sponges in the ocean because I want to do that. Do you want to stop me doing that? Technically speaking, we're following the title of this video perfectly. Also, thank you very much for the tip. Why no ibxtoycat, says Diluted Dento. Why no ibxtoycat? That's the name of the Discord server, right? The reason no ibxtoycat is because bad. That's why. But yeah, so I don't have an answer to your question because I don't understand the question. But what I do have answers to are the more important questions we should all be asking ourselves, such as, crucial questions like, hey, how's the weather today? It's very hot. I think I'm slightly sunburned.
Favorite toy cat meme title. Let us see how this continues.
You're welcome, Cancer's Attitude. You're an example of how one person, can make something fun come back. If you believe in yourself and you're nice about something, you can make anything happen. And that includes becoming a member like Gene Emerson Hutchings. Thank you very much for becoming a channel member. Just a warning, the cheap cat tier is going away, all of the members. Again, I don't want it to happen this way, but it's how it happens. It's gonna be unmembered soon. So if you want to upgrade your membership now, you can do that. And if you want to let it lapse, that's cool too, again. It's entirely your choice. I just want to kind of mention it that, again, because you can't remove the option without removing the entire tier. Very, very disappointing, but something we need to talk about. Speaking of things we need to talk about, the weather, am I right? Too long have we gone without discussing the weather. you notice how big media doesn't want you to talk about the weather anymore? Instead of weather segments, it's more like, what? We're going to tell you about the biggest crisis happening in your backyard. Why can't I learn about both at the same time? You see, the Middle Eastern tensions are rising, and also it's going to be cloudy with a chance of, I don't know, meatballs. Why can't that be the weather? Did he die his setup? Says Ice Caden. I did not die anywhere near anything. But no, it's something interesting about heat in America. America is one of those countries where you really learn this, that there is such a difference between humid, being in water and being outside of water, big difference. But the air can be very watery, and I can't quite get over that. What sense does that make? Does the universe make any sense? The answer is no. It's all a lie. Democracy is on its way to Iran. That's exciting. I mean, I have no way to verify that besides a stream comment on a Minecraft live stream. But there we go. That's exciting news. How about, you know, I've got an idea. Why don't we make fake news, but it's all really good news? Like, everything is okay. Everything's going just fine in the Middle East. You know,
process of writing a mod for Minecraft that adds flails for weapons that apply force and send you in the direction they're swung and apply bleeding.
That's pretty
Also,
cool.
animating custom dragon.
That's a fun idea. I hope it goes well for you, Mr. Pulpy Soup. Also, Super Kittens, what is the refresh rate in your monitor? Will you ever use RTX in your world for full-time or special occasions? For some reason, the refresh rate on the monitor I have on this laptop is 59 hertz. Again, I wish I understood, like, I wish I was smart enough to understand why they pick such arbitrary numbers. Like, you'd figure 60 would be the one you'd go for. No, 59. That's the refresh rate. Why is it 59? I do not have a good answer for you. Damn it, I was hoping the water would pour in so I could, like... I just want to get myself... There we go. Like this. Very hot here in the UK today. Slightly cooked myself today, says Dean Potts. You know, the worst bit about sunburn is I feel myself burning, and I'm just used to that being, like, how the sun feels. Like, oh, it feels like I'm being cooked alive. Well, you know, the sun is out. Like, that's the thing I need to, like, learn is, like, abnormal, right? I need to get to the bottom of the idea that you shouldn't feel like you're cooking. Because if you feel like you're cooking, you might actually be cooking. I know, honestly, maybe it's like, you know, I'm too white for this or something, but like, it's crazy that the world just tries to kill us for 12 hours a day, and some of us are like, yeah, let's go out in that, let's burn ourselves. Very hard. Also, the dragon's actions and flying patterns will be based off the North American hawk, etc. You know what? That is a fun idea. I feel like cool ideas for Minecraft maps and mods are they're always fun to hear, right? Like everyone loves a good idea. I feel like the execution is where the devil is in the detail, is what people say. But you know, I don't know if there's any devils around here. But my point is that I am curious as to how your map goes. Look, your mod, sorry, it's not a map. I mean, you can actually the only way to sell mods for Minecraft Bedrock is to put them in maps, so you get a lot of mods that are maps just because they want to be able to go on the marketplace. But that's a separate point for another time. I'm a bit ginger and can give Snow White a run for money. I'm defo cooking right now. It's hot in Scotland. Scotland doesn't ever get real hot. No, honestly, I feel worse for, like, the further north you are, the more weird it is for extreme hot weather. And I feel bad for, like, oh yeah, you know how, like, Southern Europe, they just melt. They don't even have AC there, but it's like, well, they're used to it. This is their life, you know. Like my favorite, like, cultural difference is that, like, Spain, you know, super hot country, they have to, like, structure their work days around the heat, you know, the idea of the siesta, etc. Whereas in America, it's like, no, we work all day, we buy these cold machines, they make it hotter than the rest of the world, but we can work through them if we just believe in ourselves. And you know, there's a certain, like, beauty to, like, you know what? I'm not gonna let some simple weather get in the way of me and work. You know, there's something nice about that. Or horrifying if you don't like work. Which ultimately, if you think about it, like, you know what? Should you like work? Chat, what do you think? Should work be enjoyable? Or should it, you know, I guess, can work be enjoyable? Or is work always, like, eternal suffering? Is that it's actually, like, a surprisingly relevant question, I feel like, in the world. You know, obviously I do for a living a very weird, specific internet thing. Do I have more sponges? I don't. Oh no, I have 4 more sponges. Where did those go when I needed those? Also, thank you very much to Jen Emerson Hutchings. Thank you for the $1 tip. Appreciate it. I hope you're doing good today. Also, work should be enjoyable, but not too much, or it becomes fun and doesn't have the benefits of work. What do you think okay, you know what? I want to hear your opinion on this, Duncan, but also anyone else in chat. What are the downsides of work being fun? Because there is a really interesting tendency. People who have fun jobs, whether this is a tendency of the people or a tendency of work, you can probably debate. But, like, people tend to make even the most fun things, if it's their, like, career, it gets less fun, right? Whether that's the job, whether that's the person. There's an interesting debate to be had. But there are no downsides to fun work. You get obsessed with the job. I would... Also, Dasher, thank you! Appreciate the tip. Your new name is it's not even a new name, right? It's just your name. I hope all is well. Work being fun leads to everything else becoming less fun, maybe. We work to contribute to society. Why shouldn't we make that fun? Yeah, right. I love gamification of like societal niceties, right? There's a lot of like dumb examples of this, like credit scores. Like they encourage you to be better to people, or like like in certain countries, Germany, certain European ones as well as some US states, you can get paid 10 to 20 cents for every bottle you return. So there are people who, like, not because they care about recycling, because they care about money, go out and like are trying as hard as they can, to find these bottles. If there's some in the trash, they'll take them. If they're on the floor, they'll take them. And they're like going out to get money. I love that we gamify that method of like collect the bottles, get the money. That's not fun though, is it? That's money. That's like self-interestification. I guess the better example of like something where like contributing to society is fun. Chat. What's a way of contributing to society that you find fun? If we see that as work rather than the payment aspect, because like obviously, who even works for money anymore? Another deadly virus is coming after coronavirus. If not prepared for it, says Alexander Aratius. Yeah, you're not wrong that like the history of humans is that there are deadly diseases and then we react to them, sometimes poorly, sometimes slightly less poorly. But I think it would be I don't think it's an accurate thing to say. Oh, damn it! I can't. The water's getting in the way of my grand plan. I don't think that makes it like an accurate thing to say. Also, got 1,000 iron ore on Monday and still some scanned across my world, so I might get 1,000 more. That is exciting. What's your monitor at home, desktop, and desktop refresh rate if you use for RTX? In the process of buying monitor for games, work is enjoyable if you're doing your dream job like you and I. I'm glad you're doing your dream job too, friend. I have a 90 hertz monitor at home, and I don't think I notice it. I want to buy like a higher refresh rate monitor, but because I do YouTube, this is like one of those weird things I consider more than the average person. But like I totally think a lot about like how much can someone enjoy. Like I want to have the same experience on my screen as you're having on yours. And if I play at 120 hertz and you see it at 60, it looks different. So, like that's why I upload these streams in 60 FPS. Even though most people never even notice or care, it's like that same thing. The reason I don't have subtitles on when I play Java, even though they're like one menu screen away, is because I want for the Minecraft experience that I have to be close to the one that you can be used to, right? There's all these weird little optimizations that you have to think about on that front. I'm going to place a sponge right here, and then it's just going to fill right back up. Anyway, apparently. I guess we're going to get the wet sponges. We're not going to get the wet sponges. I need to... I guess I'll just take the bones and turn them into bone meal. There we go. That is a great idea. Then we throw the bone meal away, and now we can pick up sponges. Perfect. And now let's go. So I've got a lot of sponges to pick up and throw in my auto smelting machine, but that's going to be fine. I want to see the great idea that David Solomano had. Every now and then I see in chat like someone saying like, yeah, I really agree with that. And I'm like, no, I don't see it. I do notice the difference between 30 FPS and 60 FPS, but that might be just me. I think that if you're like above average if you like care about your like I think with any graphic setting, if you know about the graphic setting, you will notice it. Otherwise, you just feel it, Like a close example to this might be like if you're really into baking, you'll be able to notice like I had a carrot cake today. It was gluten-free, so I guess that means no. I don't know what that means. No wheat. no gluten is what it means, but I don't know what product they removed. But like if you're like a really big baker, you're like, yeah, well I can taste the fact that this doesn't have wheat. I'm just gonna pretend that cakes in Minecraft and cakes in the real world are baked the same, and like, ooh, I can really taste the difference there. Yeah, that's no good. They should be putting their wheat right back in this cake. I guess we're gonna go right down here, and we're gonna sponge the last of this away, and then we have to do this and do the exact same thing. Oh, it's beautiful. They're on opposite sides. Yeah, the problem with having like the wall be this close to the the whatever this is called, Ocean Monument, is getting back up is going to be a bit of a pain. I guess I can just firework. So I'll grab these, and I'll grab this, and I'll get rid of this, and now we can just fly right out. Perfect. Fake without a cake. I noticed the FPS, but not the difference between 1080p and 720. Yeah, it's the same thing with like 4K. If you're really into graphics, you'll be like, oh yeah, like it looks slightly crisper here. But we haven't. Oh my god, I hate wasting fireworks. Why is it not working realms correctly? Does anyone know that? Oh, we have to just do it again anyway. Okay, that sucks. Yeah, I think that there's like this interesting thing with almost all graphics settings. So like the FPS is an example. Some people notice that when I turn on and off smooth lighting, and it like really bugs them. Same with view bobbing. Like to me, I'm just playing Minecraft right now. To some people, the view bobbing is unbearable. And same if you turn off view bobbing, it looks so strange to everyone who normally plays Minecraft. Like these tiny differences really do. Even if you can't tell what's wrong, something looks wrong. And I think, damn it, I keep doing this. And it's getting in the way of my life. 120 FPS is greater than 60 FPS, and 240 is better than that. Yeah, more frames is better, right? That's everyone knows about that. It's just an interesting thing, right? We all have different things that we notice. Who would have thought that all human beings are different? Not me, that's for sure. I assumed all human beings were the same until I learned that they weren't, and then I realized that whoever told me that must have been wrong, because all human beings are exactly the same. We're all terrible, and you know we're all equally unworthy of love and affection. So I'd watch you even if you were blurry. Thank you, cat. That means a lot. I would like to be not blurry though. That's my real goal. Toycat, do you have any quick and easy auto farm tips? Pro tip, auto farm pro tip right here is make sure that you are You know, I was gonna go sarcastic on this. You know, let's still go sarcastic. Auto farm pro tip is make sure that you have the correct graphics card for your desktop combination. Not playing on a PC. Do it anyway. You never know. You never know what you might discover. There you go. So I felt like if I okay. Oh, I got the bones from the fish. It's cool that you can get bone meal from fish. I never think about the knock-on effects sometimes. Quick, pineapple on pizza, yes or no? I'm not a pineapple on pizza guy. Who is? Who loves pineapple on pizza? Because you're lying. You're lying to yourself, and you're making society worse with your lies. I'm just gonna tell you right now. You should feel bad. For everything, really. Do you remember the video how you talk about enchanted every item in Minecraft? You've got to enchant the compass. Oh, well, the enchanted compass isn't enchanted, it just looks enchanted, right? Which is weird now that you mention it. Yeah, I don't know. Like, sweet on pizza just doesn't work, right? It just doesn't. I want it. It would be cool if it was a, you know, like, dessert pizzas are kind of nice. They're not really pizzas, but, like, that's a thing. But, like, the pineapple pizza doesn't even call itself a dessert pizza. It's just like, yeah, this is pizza. I'm incorrect about what I call things. Yeah, trying to do this without subdividing it is going to go terribly. Look at the way the water's just like filling itself back in. It's a lot of effort. Let's make some like little subdividers over here, shall we? Make it 2 little ones. Hey, Prego, people can get the COVID vaccine now. Are you gonna get it? Ooh, there we. No, that's not. Let's not vaccine question right here. I feel like the scary thing about like vaccine conversations is like, you know, it's one of those areas where it's like, ooh, this gets real bad real fast. I did learn that the vaccine I got in America is now approved in the UK, so guess who's now officially in a different country vaccinated. It's okay, have you ever tried sweet pizzas? I've only ever tried the like dessert ones they sell at the store. I've never like, I don't know, whenever I'm at a pizza place, it's because I want pizza, you know? It's not because I'm there because I'm like, you know, I would like a lovely dessert. You know, I do love lovely dessert. It's in the term, it's in the name, lovely dessert. But not the greatest. I've not been vaccinated, should I? I mean, like, in general, for the good of society, yes, you should. I think that, you know, I've been thinking about it a lot. and I don't want to like mention it too bad, but like it's funny. There's this like point in America where they're having to like give people a ton of incentives to get vaccinated, and it's like, you know, like at what point do you just go, you know, at what point does incentivizing people make it worse? At what point do you just go, you know what? Sure, don't get it, cool. You were offered it, you don't want it, fine. You know, you know, like there's an interesting thing of like, should you help people who don't want to be helped? In like, there's all sorts of aspects where you can ask this, but like obviously healthcare is one that it comes up a lot. Like, should you, you know, like how, you know how like a dog doesn't want you to help it. It's like, oh, I am a dog here, right? I'm just being real cute. But you know that if you help the dog, then he doesn't get sick, etc., etc. Like, do we have to treat other people in society like dogs? Or do we just go, you know what? You as a human make your own decision. That's cool. And now, you know, now it's on you if anything negative happens from your decision. Because I feel like we do that in a lot of areas. And maybe we can't admit that we do it. But if we just say it, it's like, you know, that's better. Like when people know that they're just doing something for their own interest, it's better than like trying to add like this collective. Oh yeah, it's good for other people. It's vaguely good for you too. But whatever else. No, you can enchant compass with the curse of vanishing. Oh, you're totally right. Yeah, that means I did miss it. No way. Yeah. No wait. You can't get a book with the curse of vanishing. So you're wrong. Although you can't enchant the compass, but you can get an enchanted compass. You're right. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool fact. I wonder if you can naturally get those in any way.
Just got top surgery yesterday. I'm enjoying relaxing to your stream. Smile.
Congratulations, Ian Paulson. I'm very happy for you. You're on this of all months, right? This is a month where no one's allowed to feel shame. What is the opposite of shame? Being proud, probably. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know for sure. That sounds correct. So, congratulations. Nancy O'Nelly, how do you feel about bras? You know what? I think the thing about bras, like, you know, some people say you shouldn't talk about it on Minecraft live streams, but I think it really is one of those incredible inventions, you know? We made this metal that was, see, look, it's funny because I'm talking about brass instead of brassieres, which is the correct term for it. I'm very funny. Can you say your intro, lol? You know, I did even say it in the video here. How monstrous of me. Hello, my ibxtoycat. Welcome back to another 1.17 video. Today we're going to be talking about the great thing that comes when you don't be alive anymore. Robots will take over the world with a deadly computer chip. I mean, one day... You know, it's funny, like, whenever the worst case situation of a thing happens, you know, we gotta look at, like, all the other... Is this going anywhere? It is. Oh, it's just a lot of sand that has to be placed. Whenever the worst case version of something happens, it makes people go like, well, now the worst case for other things can happen. Like, you know, what if, you know, like, North Korea really would fire their missiles at America? You know, what if because so much of our world is digitally controlled, what if those digital things are hacked? Like, this is the big argument against making, like, server-based authentication for your fridge. But also, yeah, I want to say that, how can I find mending without trades guides? Go fishing, Anir plays Minecraft. I think people underestimate the technology we have as far as robots are concerned. Yeah, I think it's probably, like, better that way, that people keep underestimating it, though, right? Like, if people correctly estimated it, they would be more terrified. Like, I think a lot of what makes most people not terrified of institutions is just not knowing about them. Toycat, you deserve a taco. How's everything going? I hardly catch these streams unless I'm on my lunch break, but I always love them. You know, I actually am going to get a Taco Bell with that. A Taco Bell taco. Actually, there's like this authentic Mexican place. Like, ooh, authentic. And that's exciting. But also in New York, the Taco Bells are called Taco Bell cantinas, and they sell like some form of delightfully mixed drinks. So I'm gonna get myself a taco with that to go with my delightfully mixed drink. What part of North America can North Korea hit? They don't have the range to get closer than Guam. If I'm not mistaken, they could probably reach California. Like it's just about California and maybe Seattle if they go crazy. Honestly, the Pacific is real big. That's the thing. Also mentioning the answer to this, so are you familiar with the works of Jay Foreman, map songs or otherwise? Map Men map, men map, 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 men, men, men. Does that answer your question? Yeah, I like J Film and stuff before Map Men. I like that he makes geography stuff now too. It's a lot better than a geography stuff that I make, which is a good thing. I like when a space moves forwards like that. But yeah, I do indeed know and like the things that you reference. Isn't that cool? We share an interest. I'm always terrified by things like that, though. Like, do you know XYZ? Because, like, in general, I don't know 90% of culture. I feel like I've, like, failed the question. Like, do you know about Daniel Dernan? You know, is that a person? It could be. Hey, everyone in chat. Have you heard of, are you streaming for 4 hours today? I am not streaming for 4 hours. I should do a 4-hour stream. It's been a while, though. Tell me about this one, chat. I want to do a 100-day stream thing. I guess it would probably be 100. I guess we'd probably split it into like 3 5-hour streams, 5.5-hour streams. Wait, 16.33 hours would be 5.5-hour streams times 3 plus any nighttime. I want to do one of those, but like I don't know how interesting it would be to like watch that live. Because obviously the goal would be later turn it into a whole thing. But yeah, anyway, it's one of those ideas I have. Because I wanted to do hardcore forever, like, or hardcore Bedrock, as hardcore as you can get. And I guess the only way to like prove hardcore on Bedrock is to do it live, right? Because then everyone can see you didn't die, and you know, if I died, you would have seen it. And so, yeah, I feel like what better opportunity than with an update. Also, it's having this, like... I guess we can actually just have one block missing, and it's fine. Because most of the water won't flow through anyway. That seems to be working just fine, actually. Also, Hey ibxtoycat, have you thought about the Carts and Darts update? I learned persistence from watching you. I learned it from watching you. I would like to see minecarts have an update. I think, honestly, like, whenever I speak, like, you know, like, from speaking to... Olraf in particular, like I think every Mojang staff member has something they would be interested in doing, and I'm sure there's like 10 people at the studio who'd be like, yes, this person, Rusty Ridian, he is onto something with this Carts and Darts update. But I think the bigger problem is like you need to get like some big studio lead or, you know, like game design. You know, like, you need someone with like credentials next to their name to be like, yes, this will be the... Honestly, that's the big thing. Like, how do people decide updates in a team that's like trying to be relatively flat structured? And the answer is, who knows? No one knows. And so that is how it be. I guess it's not actually... I say it's like relatively flat, but then like there's like a ton of contractors working on Minecraft too. What's going on? I just joined, says Teresa Miloni. Oh, we're playing Minecraft, but the Minecraft is not Minecraft. I hope that makes everything clear for you. It's a weird twist on the Minecraft streaming genre, because when most people stream Minecraft, the Minecraft is indeed Minecraft. But today, we are revolutionizing everything with our revolutionary... You know, I just like the word revolutionary. I still think the Xbox 360 being called the 360, because it was a revolution in gaming. One of those underappreciated things. I wonder how many clever things there are in the world that, like... Like, I don't know, I was listening to a song. If you're curious, it's from the Hamilton thing. I still been listening to it, got a problem. And they rhymed, like, disagreement with disagreement, and I was like, oh, that's clever, huh? Or, like, it's actually the opposite of clever. It's like not rhyming. You know what, rhymes are meant to be different words. Because otherwise that's not how... Otherwise it's definitionally not a rhyme. Or, like, tricking you into, like, saying it different ways. It's interesting. Also, these squid are gonna die, as well as that fairly chunky salmon. I'm sorry, salmon. I want you to live. I fear you're not going to, though. So instead I'm gonna kill you, as well as not you, apparently. Perfect. Okay, let's get out there. Gonna do a lovely fly. Actually, you know what, I'll just... If I break one of these blocks, I think water will start pouring over the edge. There we go. It does. How did you get so much blue ice, says the singing pocket. How did I get so much blue ice? The way I got so much blue ice... Oh, I'm seeing you looking at my my chest from yesterday. It's because I inverted an iceberg biome. Sorry, I haven't inverted it yet. I mined an entire iceberg biome. I'm going to be inverting it soon to get even more ice to turn into blue ice. It's one of those fun ideas I'm working on. But yeah, now we remove this little section and we're like almost done. Salmon 2021 to 2021. Opinions on tomatoes. I got some really weird tomatoes recently that taste like grapes. Is this like a commonly known thing, or am I living in a weird world, or is this like, what's the situation? What Hamilton song was it? Wait, disagreement. It'd be the one where they're writing each other. You know, I have the honor to be your obedient server, A.Ham. That song. But I think that persimmons. Persimmons sounds fake, but I could believe it if you tried your best to convince me. The tomato and tomato update. Oh, tomato and tomato update. You're trying to say it both ways, but you're doing it in text. You know, it's like how some people say, "Oh, I can't do this joke because I'm not in text right now." But like, you know, shower and shower. Also, I watched your splash text video years ago and wondered if you do an updated top 10 splash text due to Mojang's updating old ones and then new ones. Oh, I don't want to talk about splash texts. I'm gonna get in some trouble with some person who's like, "Toycat, your opinions are horrific," but like, almost all of the ones they've added recently, instead of being funny, where's the water coming from, by the way? Can anyone what? Okay. The splash text used to be funny. Now it's like a way, like it's like a, you know, support. You know, be. One of them is literally be anti-racist, right? And it's like, I appreciate saying we have a platform, so we're gonna try and, but like that's not, like removing jokes and replacing them with political slogans is like always a loss, right? That's my. So like, I feel like if I make a video on it, then people will be like, "Oh, don't you think that laughing is unimportant compared to the benefits of, you know, whatever?" And I'm gonna have to be like, so yeah. I know. Being like, I feel like trying to keep politics and Minecraft apart is something I can do better than the developers. Am I right? Boom. Like, it's not even the developers, right? It's like one person probably who's like, "Wow, we have this great opportunity to improve the world at the expense of." Oh no. Okay, we have to get all the way down there just to get one wet sponge, or do we? Chat, do we leave the wet sponge just to have it be there? If you're still streaming when I get home, I'll donate. Hey, thank you, Jackie Ann. It's good to see you. You are one of the familiar faces I like to see in these streams. I was laughing for a whole hour yesterday. Take the sponge, leave the sponge. Here is money because you're cool. Hey, thank you, Emma Wallace. Also, I missed your tip, Crocodile. But if you ever decide to podcast, I'd listen. I rarely watch Just Listen. Your voice is good for driving, cooking, programming, running. Seahorses forever. Hey, I'm glad you like the voice. I've wanted to do a podcast forever. I like podcasting as a thing, but the streams just turn into podcasts, right? So what I always recommend is like get a YouTube Premium subscription, watch the stream, boom, it's a podcast. Or like viewer questions and the form of tips or whatever. It's confusing, okay? We don't think about it. But yeah, no, I think that's because that's what I appreciate in a lot of YouTube videos and stuff like that too. Like I really value like good listenability. Like let's get some thinking going, right? Because I feel like I feel like a lot of entertainment isn't about thinking, and that's cool because most people. I think the difference is some people rest by. I think like engaging your brain isn't a thing you want to do all the time, like pretty understandably. But I feel like for some people it's the opposite. It's like when you try to break, you're gain. Like I think the difference to me is actually like defined pretty well by video games. Even when you're doing pretty mindless tasks in Minecraft, you're still thinking some amount, right? And is this the correct way to do this? Whatever. We'll just do it anyway. So yeah, like the fact that there's always like some amount of thinking, that's why I find, you know, video games as a whole, they all have this like, you're not doing nothing. You can a part of your brain is getting lured into it. And again, it kind of goes back to that earlier thing of like, is it good to enjoy your job, or is it not good to enjoy your job? I mean, if you enjoy it, then, but like, in a way, like some people like turn their, I would argue, like if you look at Euro Truck Simulator, for instance, it's a game a lot of people find a lot of solace in. But if you think about it, it's kind of like picking up a second job and then doing that in your casual time. Like, the games are so jobby, especially, like, some of my favorite games are, too. Like, like, I don't know, Theme Park Builder, I forget the name of that one. I'm mixing up Theme Hospital with the roller coaster one. Theme Hospital's very good, by the way. But, like, so many I loved Simburbia, Sim City, effectively. As well as City Skylines. But, like, I love the concept of, like, yeah, you're doing this, like, great job of managing a thing. And I think it's funny because, like, so many of the best games actually just realize this. Like, the way we make an interesting game is we give the player a second job. The example would be for, like, Pokemon. They hired a bunch of bug collectors. Because, like, bug collecting is fun. What if you did bug collecting as a job? Roller Coaster Tycoon. Okay, thank you, chat. I'm very down for missing it. Actually, yeah, to go back to, like, how do you gamify society? What are things you do that contribute to society that you actually just enjoy for your own benefit? Tell me something that you do that you think benefits society, but that you don't do for society's benefit, you do for your own benefit. Which is kind of like admitting, like, I don't want it to seem like a negative thing. Like, I think it's fine to do things that benefit other people, not because they benefit people, but because you like it. You should try and get some more benefit in there. But, like, if you don't like something, you can't benefit people. If you don't... Doing something more is what benefits people, right? Saying sorry. Doing nothing. What a religion in a way. But, like, what do you do? I'm assuming if you say religion in a way, you're not religious, right? Like, that's... I want to hear, like, a thing you do. Paying taxes. You enjoy paying taxes. You get your, like, wait, what's it called in America? The P43? No, the P45 is in the UK. You get your wage slip and you're like, yeah, taxes. Posting clever comments on social media. Yeah, it's every time a tweet goes viral, right? That person has inadvertently had an impact on 1 million+ people. And I think about that all the time because sometimes you see people lean into it and like double down and be like, yeah, well, if you enjoyed this, blah, blah, blah. But like sometimes you see people being like, oh, I really didn't mean to. I was just saying a thing. You're retweeting this for the wrong reason. Here's the real thing. I think about that a lot. Something else I think of, like, because, even though like some people try to argue people are bad, and I don't think people are inherently good or bad, too hugely, but the big. Have you heard of this coronavirus thing, guys? It was apparently pretty big last year. I think I missed it. Apparently there was a thing in the world. But if you did hear about it, then you might have heard that it came from a wet market, most likely in Wuhan, right? And so right now there's a theory going around that like, oh, maybe it actually came from a lab. It's a very unlikely, but like it's now possible as like based on some sequencing or something. But the reason I find it interesting is because like if you went to under the previous theory, it basically posited that like someone ate some pangolin or some bat related food, and that food that they ate will pass, or like it wasn't actually the food, it was the preparation of it that like basically the disease spread from a pangolin or a bat to a human because someone decided to go to a place where those things were common. And it's interesting because like imagine if you were like there must be a ton of people like who are in who are in China at the time who enjoy delicacies of those types. I mean, they wouldn't sell bat soup if it wasn't a commonly had thing, right? Or at least enough of the time to justify making it. And so there must be a ton of people in like Nova who are like, I had the bat soup, please. And they're like desperate, like the shame, like thousands of people must feel like unnecessary guilt about that one, even though they didn't do something. And that to me tells me that like, yeah, we do care about making the world better, right? You should make an arrow with a really rich and cool side and a really bad and poor side. You know what? I think there's enough of that in the real world, am I right? Can we take a moment to appreciate the awesomeness of pangolins? Yeah, pangolins are adorable. If there's one positive from the current virus epidemic, it's that the world gets to learn more about pangolins, right? Oh, apparently the stream has some issues. Type pineapples if you can see me. How'd you eat a pangolin? The little dragon people sad. Exactly. You know what? That's the real tragedy here. I do love pangolins. They are very adorable. I'm going to school for myself and society, says Devriska. Yeah, but you don't enjoy it is my point, right? What's an example of... What's a thing you do that benefits society that you personally enjoy? It's interesting. I've actually seen very, very few examples that people can like list of like, yeah, this is a thing that benefits the world, but I do it because I enjoy it. And that's because when we enjoy something, we kind of like, you know, in the same way that when we feel guilt about something, we also lose our own sense of enjoyment. I feel like if something's like really beneficial, we have to like act like it's not enjoyable. Like, I don't know. You know, let me give an example of like how it seems weird if I go the opposite way. Like, I remember the first time it ever happened to me was like 2015 or something. Someone messaged me saying like, oh yeah, I felt like I basically spoke someone off a cliff once in regards to killing themselves, and that felt good. I did it. That's for a person. That's not society. I guess like if you do something for a person, it helps society, but it's not a great example. Picking up trash in the local park every Saturday, says Ice Maiden. Do you really enjoy picking up the trash though? Right, that's the thing. Like, if it's for society, it's because you don't enjoy it. Whereas if you enjoy it, it's for your like what that's what I'm trying to like get at here. What is a pine and what makes an ananas a pineapple? Says Leanne Vandermeer. Yeah, most European languages call them ananas. I have in fact seen that. I don't like it is one of those mysteries as to why we got pineapple, because a pine cone is like a very spiky thing, so it's extra confusing there. Rusty Ridian minecart trains a yes. Would be real cool, am I right? What if those rails were extra useful? But the younger people there are always amusing and ask interesting questions. I mean that, you know, there we go. That's good. You enjoy, but that means you enjoy the community more than you enjoy the task. But you do the task for the community. Like, you know, you get that. Like, what if, for instance, I enjoyed these live streams because I get to talk to you, but the background, me placing all this sand in my ocean, is just a thing I do so I can justify it. You know, but like, I'll be like, what am I doing today? Oh, I'm placing sand in an ocean. You know, it's an interesting. I didn't realize it until this came up now, but it's really weird that we segment things that are good versus things that we enjoy. There aren't many things that we do that we enjoy that we feel are good. Like, even stuff like, I feel like this goes on a personal level too. Have you noticed how healthy food, when you get in the real healthy ranges, they deliberately make it taste awful. Like, there is so much healthy food that tastes awful. Like, once you get more than that, they're like, oh, it's kind of healthy. It's the healthy option, you know, will be like tasting okay. But if, like, I had I got a health shot, like just randomly from Trader Joe's. They sold like, it had 150% of your daily vitamin D, zinc, and some other stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm curious. And it just tasted so bad. It was so gingery. You know, they really emphasized the ginger. Because like, you know what? When you spend $250 in your health, you don't expect it to taste good. If you enjoyed it, then it wouldn't be healthy. I feel like there really is that like, that weird disconnect in there. Like, we can do things that are like good, and we can do things that are good for things, but there always has to be a gap. I enjoy walking my neighbor's dogs. Do you enjoy the dog walking, or do you enjoy the fact that you're doing it for them? There are very few healthy foods I like. I find most fruit enjoyable, and that's about it. Oh, I love fruit, but yeah, fruit has the problem of like being super sugary, and like my big problem is that I eat too much sugar all the time in everything anyway. But fruit is amazing. Yeah, like you generally speaking, like most nutritionists say don't just eat fruit to get your fruit and veg intake, you know, your fiber in. Maybe I've been reading it wrong, but that, like, you know, you need to have vegetables, and vegetables suck. And whenever you get like go to a place that's like, we're so healthy, it's always like, this is some raw kale, you know, raw food, right? All terrible. It's not good. And it's deliberate that way, because, you know, you suffer through this thing, and you know that by suffering, you make good. Or maybe it is that, like, again, by removing enjoyment you can be sure it's all about health. And by being and that if you're sure it's all about health, then you can really feel healthy in a thing. It's kind of weird. It is very weird. Dip your cucumber in Splendor. Good job. Oh, job done. Man, a cucumber in Splendor does sound tasty. Happy Pride Month. Happier Pride Month to you too. I hope you're proud of that tip, friend. You know, you should be proud of many things in life. But the thing you should be proudest of is yourself. You know, what about that, huh? Spinach is pretty great. I like spinach as like a base for salads, but I don't like spinach. I'm not like a serial killer or anything. I keep pressing the emote button on my keypad. I need to stop doing that. Oh, I'm very thirsty. I don't even know it. Yeah, there's a salad place near me that tastes delicious, and so as a result, now I don't see it as healthy anymore. Like, it's like 500 calories a bowl, which isn't actually that good if you think about it. Like, it's probably got more vegetables or something in there. But now it doesn't work because I enjoy it so much that it's just a tasty food place to be. And I don't know. I think that's a funny like contradiction. If we enjoy things too much, they stop being good things. Like you know, like I think this is something people need to realize about a lot of things. I know, like it's I can't think of another great example of this, but there really is a ton of them around. I'm gonna throw my 39 sponges into my auto smelter now. Oh wait, those are dry sponges, right? I see what went wrong there now. I see what went wrong there. I find it bad how there's so much sugar in free-from foods. I mean, you gotta make up the lack of, like, you know, it's like that famous American case study where like everyone, like, there was a big scientific thing being like fat is so bad, and so everything was like we need to be free from fat, and they replace it with sugar, and then sugar becomes bad. And it's like, okay, let's replace it with like carbs, and like it's. I think the real messages that people don't like are like, you know, maybe just don't overdo anything. Maybe the term overdo it means that you're overdoing something. Maybe if you hear that something's being done too much, that's a bad thing, huh? Those dolphins are definitely gonna die because of you. I'm sorry, dolphin. You know, I didn't want to do this to you. I still don't want to. You can get out any moment you want to. You know, I'll leave it going a little bit down here. Just for fun. You know, just because I feel bad now. Look at this. Now the dolphin's blood is on my hands. But yeah, I know. I feel like if you don't enjoy, like, I don't know, what's a crazy example? Like, I feel like it probably works in reverse though. If like, look, my dolphin's alive still. You can't be mad. Dolphin's good. Therefore, I'm a good person still. And then we can get all of this sand back. By the way, we made some really good progress today. We basically got it down to like one corner left. And that's big. Destroying an underwater ecosystem is more important as I give Toycat a pretty thing to look at, says Jake Carroll. Exactly, you get it. Venetia says, do you like dentists? I'm British, so of course not. No, it's crazy hearing Americans talk about how many times they go to the dentist, and I'm like, I went once when I was a teenager, and then I've started going as an adult. Like, I've been like 3 times in the last 5 years. I've been too many times, some could say. Yeah, I'm gonna have to leave that dolphin there. Okay, no, that's fine. I'll leave the dolphin. You know, the dolphin has earned his survival for now. Murdering dolphins, good for society and enjoyable. Maybe what it is like, good for society is actually a hard thing to define, and that's why we have to put things there. Like, how can you tell if some would argue this is a problem with the modern day world being so complex. If you watch The Good Place, it's the argument they make. They're like, there's no way you can guarantee any action is good. If you support, if you buy a burger, if you buy lemonade, you might accidentally be buying lemonade from a chain that everyone hates and be inadvertently, supporting via some percentage of the profits, the proceeds of the franchise fees. You might be inadvertently supporting some crazy stuff you don't like, some conversion, whatever. Or, maybe you don't buy lemonade because you're like, well, lemonade's bad. I might buy from the wrong place and upset my I might upset someone on the internet with my lemonade. So you're like, you know, no more lemonade. Instead, I'm only going to buy from local businesses. Then you buy from local businesses and you find out, oops, looks like, you know, looks like this person is actually massively terrible, because, you know, that's how people are. They sometimes be terrible. You don't always know they're terrible, but they can be terrible. And it turns out they use the money that you give them to like murder puppies or something. And it's like, well, I do not like puppy murder. That is it's a bold stance, but I'm willing to take it. Right now, I am against the murdering of puppies. Do not. You know, actually, is it called murder when you do it on animals? I'm sure there's a different term for it. Face cam border. Do you like the face cam border? I like the face cam border. If you don't like the face cam border, then maybe we should go to a nice spike spine where it's more relevant. Is there a mental health month to spread autism awareness and depression help and stuff? Just curious because IDK. I think, again, I always have to preface anything like this with, like, I support everyone doing whatever they want all the time. There you go. So, I do think it's very interesting, the idea of having a month for something seems to be so grandiose that you're like, right, like, is it really a month, or is it like a day at the start and then like everyone says, right, like, it feels to me like you either have like, you know, you have a special year, you have a special, you know, like day for something to like really emphasize. This is the day that, like, I don't know, what happened recently? Memorial Day. This is the day, you know, soldiers died or whatever. Or you have, or what you do is you go, you know, the opposite end of the spectrum. You're like, every single day of the year, we care about X. Instead, it's like, well, there is this 1 month a year, you see, where, oh, thank you!
Just got home and you're still streaming. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day.
Okay, I just can't get myself out of this. I guess we'll just let some sand... Oh, wait. If that means this way, there definitely is. There we go. This should be enough for me to launch myself up. I really desperately hope it is. Aha! There we go. Now we can sleep. We definitely need a month. Right, but like, I think I'm going to go further and say it needs to be a year. It needs to be every day, every year, right? Like, and I think there's I think, like, a lot of people... I think the problem is that there are then days in the month that aren't for the... Like, and it's like, you know, every day. Just, like, you know, why... And I understand that, like, human psychology works weirdly. And I, you know, like, that's why people do it. But, like, then the day, right? It's like... Maybe I'm just crazy. I think, like, I think it's interesting, like, that you effectively are saying... Like, you're not actually saying this, but, like, as a society, we say that everything that gets a day is 1/30th as important as things that get a month. Like, what gets a day? I'll just pick one that you know I don't care about. 4th of July, right? American independence from the United Kingdom, which is a hilarious thing to... Whatever. Anyway, right, is that 1/30th as important as something awareness month, you know? Like, I feel like there's an awareness month. Chat, what is the awareness month? Is there a breast cancer awareness month? I feel like there is. Right, and so I think I find it to always be very interesting. Of like, there aren't any hierarchies. Everyone matters equally. But also, you know, there is a hierarchy. Like, you know, you don't really matter as important as the month people. Are you a day person? Ooh, can't imagine only having a day for my thing. Are you downplaying American independence? I mean, is America really independent from the UK? I mean, are you guys still using our language? Yeah, I'm gonna pivot the talks here into American independence time. Like, I think it's very interesting. We should probably always be aware of breast cancer. No, one month a year for breast cancer. 1 month a year for the history month. 1 month a year. You know, the other 11 months, you do whatever you want, you know? America uses dumbed down American English. Yeah, I guess you're technically right that America doesn't use English in any way. By the way, chat, what's your favorite color? Can you just give me a favorite color? Just like, let's clear this chat out. People getting crazy. We just have to be like, you know what? I say one thing. You know, I find semantics interesting, and then like people find semantics to be an attack on everything, and then people decide like, yeah, I'm gonna join the attack, or I'm gonna. And it's like, no, that's not what I meant. I'm just, you know, this is the problem, right? When something is too charged that you can't talk about a thing, it sucks. And I should know better at this point than to talk about things that are supercharged in that way. Oopsie, my bad. But yeah, thank you, Jackie Ann. Thank you, Cancerous Attitude. July 13 is a better day in July. I'm changing it to a birthday month now. I've decided I am worth a month, and I'm not listening to people who think I'm not worth a month. I think I'm worth many months, honestly. You know what? Why do I only get one birthday day? You know, it's a birth month. I mean, I think I mentioned before my whole like birth week thing. That I feel like is... Oh, the dolphin's gone. I can finally get rid of the water, by the way, chat. We use silent letters and no Oxford commas. Oh, I've never seen someone use an Oxford comma in the UK. The only person I know that uses them is my girlfriend, who is very American. I'm pretty sure she's American. Haven't checked her recently. Blue like half the population of Earth. Is blue really the most common favorite color?
I have found my 1.17 1.18 update long-term survival seed. It has a large jungle with a couple villages at the edges, a mushroom island nearby, and a large ice spikes biome just across an ocean.
That is really cool. I think though, the big 1.17 thing, like I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal. But like, you're gonna need to have a geode, right? You're gonna need to find you one of those. Toycat Awareness Month. Exactly, thank you. Exactly, Oxford comma pilled. I know the reason you can't say it is because like you're like, I ate my, you know, I could find Oxford comma examples, but maybe I use them and I don't know about them, but like I don't use the Oxford comma. I'm sorry. Do you think it's important that I use the Oxford comma? Can we get into grammar-related arguments? Okay, we can. That's good. House Fire Prevention Awareness Month, says Duncan Wool. You know, July is officially House Fire Awareness Prevention Month. Again, not going to step on anyone's toes, but that is how it's going to be. Okay, that water is intentional. It's fine. As you can tell, I enjoy using proper grammar greatly well. I think in general, I like people who use good grammar on the internet. I'd like to clarify I'm bad at it these days. It's been so many years since I've had to do anything that required like correct spelling or grammar. And so like it's entirely out of choice that I do, and then I'm not very good at choosing, I guess. We may be arguing over Oxford commas, but it's so much better than arguing over politics. Exactly. Also, Toycat, when are you discontinuing your cheap chat? Because I hit 1 year in 10 days and I'm going to be sad if I don't get there. Plus, I can't afford to upgrade, sorry. You should still get the end of whatever month you have right now. Maybe. I don't know. I generally... Like, YouTube doesn't tell me. It just says this bad thing is going to happen. And it's terrifying. I might do it tonight. I have some exciting things going on. Do you wanna hear about some other exciting things, chat? I'm going to be changing the thumbnail on Let's Play Monday to be slightly better because the current one just sucks. It was like... I won't, you know, rather than being polite, it was just a bad thumbnail, but it was made while I was sleeping, and so I couldn't fix it in time to, like, for the release. Like, I wasn't going to delay a video over a bad thumbnail. Maybe I should start doing that. Maybe that's the fault of my channel. But so we're fixing the thumbnail on that. It's going to be exciting. You're looking forward to a thumbnail that isn't covered in scaffolding for some reason. I'm excited for that. I definitely use the Oxford comma in Dutch. Wait, the Oxford comma is in other languages too? Fire prevention has a week in October. No way there is a fire prevention week. One sec. This is silly. This is insane. Hey Google, when is fire prevention week? No way, there really is a fire prevention week. Chat, October 3rd to October 9th. So just to clarify here, Indigenous Peoples Day is Monday, October the 11th. Indigenous people, worth a day. Fire prevention, a week. Whereas breast cancer awareness, a month. Those are the tier lists. Whereas 2021 is what, Year of the Dragon in Chinese, right? 2021, it's Year of the Ox. So ox are 12 times as important as breast cancer awareness, which is 4 times as important as fire awareness, which is 7 times as important as Indigenous people. Therefore, we can also do the maths and say the ox are about 365 times more important than Indigenous peoples. I don't make the rules. I have to just follow along with everyone else how they work. I just learned about Oxford Common. I use that all the time because I think it's better. Yeah, I guess I would do it were there a confusion in the sentence, but I wouldn't do it by default. But I guess grammar works better. Also, Grammar Awareness Month, good idea. Watching mass amount of sand get destroyed by torture satisfying. Sand Awareness Month, maybe. Hey, it's good to see you, Haunting Zombie. You know what? Good idea. Sand Awareness Month. Are you guys aware of sand? It's rough and coarse and gets everywhere, and people don't even know about it. People don't even know about it. I'm gonna climb up manually. Stop saying it like that, Toycat. It makes me sad. Says Nancy O'Nelly. I'm sorry. I guess honestly, there's a fun problem that people. I would say everyone has this on some level. Maybe it's a societal flaw, but we all prioritize things different. And so naturally, we're all going to disagree with the way some people prioritize things. They might not even consciously be prioritizing them. They might literally just be accidentally not thinking about how important fires are. They might not be important about how important it is to be proud of who you are, regardless of who you are. Unless you've murdered people. Then don't be proud. Unless you're what if you're you know, what's the overlap between but what if you're Indigenous people who's murdered someone? Then you should probably be proud, right? Anyway, but my point here, my very good point that definitely makes coherent sense. Why would you do otherwise? Just end over and over? Oh, I think the Oxford comma, again, this is just what I understand from, tell me if I'm wrong here. But also, you keep sending off my Google Home. I demand an awareness day for this. Hey Google, what's the awareness day for Google searches? There's no day for this yet. We're gonna create one of those. Don't worry. We're gonna have awareness sorted for it. I wanna wait. I had a thing. I had it. It's gone now. No, it's vanished. Whatever point I was making, it's gone to history. Just assume it was terribly offensive and got hundreds of people to hate each other over it, and we're probably on the right page. Yeah, 2nd of June, Google Awareness Day. Is it really the 2nd of June? Man, the days just slipped away from me. The first week I was in New York felt like a month.
So,
and then the next 3 weeks felt like a week.
House yet, or will you be trapped in eternal limbo until you go completely mad? Also, conspiracies to ruin you financially are real. I've been the victim of several. That's
a real thing. There's so many, even kind of inadvertently, just you know what? There are 2 ways. The easiest way to come about a whole bunch of money is to trick someone into getting theirs. And there are some pretty there's some pretty nefarious ways you can get a very large amount of money. But yeah, so as far as the house goes, I didn't want to mention it too publicly. I don't like to complain about things too much. I feel like so many people, there's so much negativity in the world. Why would you choose to add to that pile, you know? You're given the choice. Oh God, what is happening? You're given the choice every single time you post a Facebook message or you tweet or whatever else. Will I make the people who follow me more informed or better off, or will I just get something off my chest? And I try to balance that. And so the dumbest thing has happened to me. This doesn't even make sense to me as a real flaw that should be able to happen. But I have to. My entire mortgage was put together under a number. I'm gonna make up numbers for now. Let's say I wanted to borrow $1,000. Let's just say I want to borrow $800 from the bank. And so I asked the bank, can I borrow $800 to buy this house? This house is going to cost I don't know, $900. I'll provide the $100 extra, and then you give me $800, and I'll pay you the $800 back over 30 years. So maybe, you know, I like that. You know, look, we'll use emeralds. That's a good idea, David Solomano. So the bank is like, yes, we will let you buy this 900 emerald house because we know that we can sell it. Anyway, so basically there was a very, very, very minor mistake. So minor I didn't pick it up. But the loan amount and the amount the bank thought I was buying the house for is some tiny, like, it's a hilariously tiny fraction higher than it is, which isn't a problem because I can just borrow slightly less money, or, you know, like, I can borrow the same amount of money but put less in, or I can, you know, like, there's so many solutions that you'd figure could happen, but in the bank side, the entire mortgage is irrelevant because I was asking to borrow too much money. Because I'm trying to borrow less money now, they want to entirely evaluate it from scratch. It's like, isn't this just a pure gain as far as you guys are concerned? And they're like, no, we're gonna have to. So I have to start. It's obviously like all of the legal stuff is in place. It's only gonna delay things by an extra week and a half. But it's just the dumbest thing. It's just the dumbest thing. I can't get over it. It's like, instead of the house costing 900 emeralds, it's gonna cost 899. And the bank's like, whoa. We said we'd lend you 800 emeralds. We didn't say we'd lend you 799 emeralds. And it's like, but that's less emeralds. Like, that's you. If you were sure I could pay you back 800 emeralds, you can be more sure I'm going to pay you back 799 emeralds. And the bank's like, no. Oh, but the good side, I guess, is that my mortgage payment will be about £1 less a month than it otherwise would have been. So, you know, a little good, a little bad. No, it's very exhausting. I have to mail a bunch of... I don't know how much it's going to cost. I know it's going to be expensive. I have to mail a bunch of documents that are signed and signatured and whatever. Signed and witnessed. Over to London from here, which I know is going to be expensive because it's going to have to be tracked and all that stuff. But as soon as I get those documents over, it's called exchange of contracts. So then once those are in place and everything's moved over, then the keys get delivered a week later, which is going to be... It's going to be again, there's a scary time. But eventually I will own a house that I won't be able to live in because I'll be in the wrong country. And then eventually I'll be able to live in the house that I own. It's going to be an exciting time. Pay your ToyCat taxes or your house will burn down. F's in the chat for ToyCat. It's just the dumbest thing. You know, I really do appreciate, if I was asking for an emerald more, if I said, oh, sorry, I made a mistake, the house is 901 emeralds, I said it was 900, I could understand if them being like, sorry, we're going to have to reevaluate this. We didn't confirm that you could borrow that many emeralds. I would be annoyed by it still, for sure. But at least I'd be like, well, yeah, that is a commercial difference. There is a fundamental difference between 800 emeralds and 801, as small as it may seem. But the difference between 800 emeralds and 799 is not only tiny, but it's like more beneficial. It's like if you ask your friend, hey, can I borrow £10? And he's like, yeah. Then you go, actually, can you make that £9.80? And the friend's like, no. Actually, I was okay to lend you £10. But now you say £9.80? Sorry, I'm out. I don't know if I can trust you to repay £9.80. It's like, but you could trust me to repay £10. And it's like, yeah, of course. You know, you're a good guy. You've been my friend for so long. It's like, but not £9.80. It's like, you know how it is. You know how it is. It's like, I don't know how it is. Please could you explain to me how it is so I can have a better understanding. Are you subscribed to yourself? If not, you'll die in a house fire.
Found a 1.17 Java seed with a jungle surrounding a small lake with a tiny frozen ocean in it and mountains nearby. The iceberg lake has one lonely polar bear. It's pretty weird and pretty neat.
I have been considering making the Seed Sunday this week. I might put like a Java seed in there too. Just for like, you know, like have a Java 1.17 seed and a Bedrock 1.17 seed. Been considering that. Yeah, maybe should give them an emerald back. Yeah, right. That's so you'd figure I could just be like, oh, so, and how about I still borrow the same amount of emeralds, and I, you know, like, but I'll put one less in, or, you know, like, I offered every single solution, and they're like, no, we're doing a full interview again on, I think it's the 4th of June or something. I don't know. It's it's a long, I have to wake up early because it's London time too. You know, it's fine. It's fine. I enjoy arbitrary delays. I'm used to them at this point, let me tell you. And at the same time, I've got like the estate agent being like, "Oh, my client is so delighted that the..." Like, it's crazy to me because like the amount of time it takes to like, imagine any other transaction taking this many months. Like I finalized the offer in April, you know? Maybe it was late March. It genuinely might have been late March. It's kind of, you know, like here's a fun reminder about houses. Like, even if you have like $1 million house, you don't have $1 million because it'll take you 3 months to turn that house into money. By which time you might not even need the moving cards anymore. So you can't dry them in the Nether. The Nether is a good way to dry them if you want to be like, I don't know. But if you've got an auto furnace lying around anyway, like maybe you set one up for the fun of it. Also, Toycat, should Minecraft get more structures? I think Minecraft should have more structures. I don't know why you wouldn't think Minecraft should have more structures. But the miner's cabin would be named for the water's cabin in the deep dark caves. What miner's cabin are you talking about? That's a cool idea for a structure though, miner's cabin. I think is he making the Oshmont into an end edition? That's a better idea than I had. You know what? Maybe I should do that. No, I do want to put a different top onto it. I might make the top out of like copper or something. Again, who knows? It seems suspicious that I'd be, you know, it's almost like the blueness of the prismarine would go well with some blue copper. Who knows for sure though? I don't know. That's for sure. Okay, if we can get rid of all of this sand and all of these sponges, this entire left side of the monument will be done. I would personally enjoy another realm experiment, says Tatran. I've had a realm experiment ready to do. I haven't been motivated to do it. I'll level with you. No motivation for realm experiment. I just don't want to. Like, there's this. I wish I did, but like I don't know. I want to make it actually enjoyable rather than just like, hey, here is some dumb thing. Here you go. Which is a problem on YouTube. On YouTube, there's no reward for that. You need to be feeding whatever dumb beast needs to be fed. Speaking of dumb beasts, I need to take a break, internet. While I'm gone, is the sun coming down or going up? It's coming down. You know, let's hope I don't die while I'm gone. Okay, so everyone, keep an eye on me. Just be real loud in chat if something bad's happening, and then I'll be able to come right back and fix it. Okay, be right back. Oh, actually, I'll get you a better view than this. You know what? You're worth a better view than just looking on. Actually, you know what? Let's do it in a little bit. Let's just do one last fly up and get some spent sponges and get these things dried out. So fly over to this one. Oh no. Oh, okay. Oh lord, that was not. Oh, okay. That was fine. That was everything I wanted from that interaction. Do you think water will start pouring out of there if I do that? I do think that is what will happen. Yeah, we still have to do the entire underneath. So honestly, this is why I recommend not doing any of this. Or I could put something else down there, like some water-only based thing. I'm not sure what that would be, but I want to do it anyway. The worst bit is trying to get the sponges back. Yeah, I felt like I was doing really well in a video. I felt like doing it. I think it's high intensity work. You need to think about it a ton. Oh god. Okay, we're fine. We're here. We're good. Look how good I am. That was very good of me. So in the meantime, I guess I'll place some endstone down. So sand, 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 sand. Just gonna fill in these gaps. One. And then get this. Please do a face reveal, says Ninja Nolan. Okay, I have something embarrassing. I haven't wanted to share this on the internet. What we've been doing in Stardew Valley recently, if anything. I just did the ice fishing competition. I did very well in it. No, it's winter in the game right now, so I'm kind of like less motivated to play. I like farming. This is a very sus end. This is exactly what the end is supposed to look like. I don't see what else you could think about it. Yeah, this is looking good, huh? I honestly, okay, actually, I've changed my mind. You can barely see the last 3 hours or so of work on this. Like, it's such a tiny difference. I was correct to end it where I did before. Do you think copper will age faster in water? I think it should age faster when it's near water. I don't think that it will, however. I don't think that it will. I drained a monument once and then never comes to that monument ever again. Totally not a waste of time. Oh yeah, I mean, like, every survival project's a waste of time because, like, how often do you spend looking at the things that you've done in real life? Like, if you hang up a painting, how long do you actually spend looking at that painting? I would imagine not very much time. Doesn't mean it was a waste to put the painting up, though. Okay, chat, you can look at this and enjoy it while I'm gone. There you go. Be right back. Wait, I have a screen for this. There we go. Be right back. You can enjoy yourself, chat. Enjoy yourself. how is your morning, internet? I hope it's a good morning. I, for one, think that Roman numerals are dumb. I went for a nice walk through New York this morning. You know, as you do in the morning. And my camera malfunctioned. And I wanted to... I always find it funny that, like, you know, if you're not recording, then talking to yourself is just being a crazy person, right? Like, has anyone else ever had to play this game? Where it's like, you genuinely, you know, like, you hear some crazy stuff and you're like, oh no. And then it's like, oh, it's fine, he's got a Bluetooth headset on. Like, the game I like to call it is like, crazy person or Bluetooth headset. And you never know which it's gonna be. You're living life. Okay, I'm gonna use the pickaxe, I guess. That's not gonna work. You're gonna have to go out here and grab. No, not that. This. But I've always found it funny. This, like, you can't tell for sure if someone's just. And isn't that weird? Like, I was thinking about social rules more because there are, like, you know, when someone, like, loudly expresses disappointment at something. That's weird, right? Again, maybe this is me being British and being unfamiliar with the cultural values. I think that there is definitely an element, if not more. What if you talk to yourself when you know you're alive? There is a certain type of craziness to that, but at least you know, like, you know, the weird. Again, I can't even work out the words to fully describe this one. But, like, being loud to yourself in public places is weird. Like, I saw a guy watching sports on the I was gonna say the tube, but on a train underground here, yeah, the subway. And he's like, oh damn, you know, like, he's like, I saw a guy even like while I was on a tram yesterday, and a guy like, he was playing Switch, and he was like, you know, he was like going, oh yeah, whenever something great happened. And it's like, why do that be? You know, what's why, like, why is that so weird to me? Like, it should be like, oh yeah, well, it's normal to talk to, you know, like, if he was surrounded by a group of his friends, I'd be like, oh, that's cool. But because he was surrounded by strangers, to me, that was the weirdest guy on the train. Like, that is someone I do, like, I feel deeply uncomfortable around it. It's not a tram in America, it's a train. No, it's called a streetcar. Thank you very much, Mr. Waffle Boy, for your incorrect Americanisms. Was that in America? You better believe it was. Also, Chantal says she heard about a YouTuber puts AirPods in and then does anyway. Oh yeah, using AirPods is the life hack for, like, talking to yourself. No one assumes that you are. Everyone's like, yep, he's just talking on a phone call. You're allowed to be crazy in public now because it's like a wealthy thing to do, right? Because of AirPods. And I think about that a lot. I think about the weirdities of, like, what is normal. Is there a minimum amount or something which you can get your super chat on stream? No, I should have a minimum amount. Like, the dollar ones usually still show up on the screen, if I'm not mistaken. But it's meant to be like, it's a pound minimum on Streamlabs, and it's some unknown precise number on, like, if you do as long as you have text in your message, it'll show up on the screen. It's like, so $2 or above, I think, is the rule. But then some people get in with, like, less than that. So I'm not going to claim to understand how YouTube works. You know, I still do the streaming on YouTube, even as you see the... Man, I was watching a streamer who had, like, 25,000 subscribers on Twitch, and I was like, man, that is like an incomprehensible number, right? It's like, it's interesting, like, that too, envy, I guess. Like, seeing, no matter how lucky you are in a situation, there's always someone you look at and you go, wow, they're luckier than me in this situation. Give all the homeless people Bluetooth earphones to make people more comfortable, says Chantal. See, like, legit though, right? If you gave them all, like, pretend Bluetooth earphones, and so they're like, well, you see the problem with the... And you're like, oh, he's just on a really aggressive business call. Like, what? Why is that? and again, I'd like to be like, well, I'm super tolerant. So you see, I don't feel any confusion at all when I see someone talking to themselves. I think, wow, I hope you're having a good conversation, buddy. Hey, buddy, get off the phone. I got places to be over here. Is that a good New York accent? The best I can do. I'm in New York, so I'm picking up. You know, there's broads and you know, I'm trying my best. I like Toycat's plain sense of fashion. It reminds me of my soul. I honestly, can I admit something that I wish I understood. Also, Rich versus Poor Diamonds might be interesting. I do have an interesting wealth-based experiment coming up next. Again, it's whenever I want to do it, which is a good way to do YouTube videos, I guess. It's actually a terrible way to do YouTube videos. My genius next idea. It's absolutely great. You're gonna love it. The accent, lol. I don't really care. I'm British. Hey, I'm mining over here. Getting to a good accent. Thank you. I said to my girlfriend I need to start practicing the accent, and she's like, "Why do you need to practice accents?" I was like, "Well, I need to do accents, you see, and like every accent gets terrible unless you practice them." Like it's weird. Like my Russian accent, like it's like sometimes pretty bearable, and sometimes it sounds like German. I need to like nail that one down. You see, I must speak in Russian more commonly because American can spot difference between a fake Russian accent and a real little comrade from Petrograd. It's a big problem for me because I am the latter type. I am not from country. I'm walking over here. I'm gonna put a sponge there because what's the worst that can happen with that? And then I'm gonna start draining more of these sand towers because you know why not? I bet you can't turn off your internet in less than 10 seconds. Speedrun accepted. Speedrun accepted. It sounds like a Russian pirate or something. Arr, I'm a Russian pirate. We get paid in vodka, and the the boat pirates us. Yeah, sorry, that's the best I can do. I think as long as your Russian accent matches movie Americans, we'll think it's real. Oh, that's the funny thing about most accents, right? You just have to get like movie grade accents. You don't need to get the real accent. It's funny when you think about how many different Southern accents you can do as well. Like, I do my Southern accent. It sounds a little bit like a posh man from Georgia. But the thing is, there's also people who are from the South. They got a bit more of an upper accent going on. Why can I only do Southern accents? I don't really know. That's terrible. I'm sorry. I was going for like Mississippi with that. Do you feel like I hit that one? Eventually I'll get all the states. Again, California's coming along there. I'm slowly getting the California accent going. Like you see, the problem, it's totally just, you know, synergy is just missing from our, I know, I'm talking too many long words there, but you just gotta be like, wow, I can't believe that you would say that. That's like totally awesome. That's like so mockingly California as a like Valley Girl as opposed to actually from the state, you know. It's the problem. You can't be mocking an accent too much in the accent, or it's not clear, and it's not funny, you know. Like I don't know. Oi, I'm a good. This is not an Irish accent at all. I was trying to do Highlands recently. I feel like that's not Highlands. Like I guess Scotland as a whole. I've been trying to pick that one up. Well, you see, I'm from Scotland. It's the O sounds that are very heavy in this language. It's very big. But the problem is I always end up into a little bit of Irish, and no, it's gone Indian. I do not like this. How is this how? That's wacky. You know, this is why you don't do accents on the internet. Slowly picking them up. Don't worry, internet. I'm getting there. My Irish accent's proving I'm getting lessons. that could be genuine or not. I'm getting lessons for an Irish accent seems a little bit absurd, but crazier things have happened, I guess. Okay, so we're gonna get some torches. Place one down over here. Is there any water through there? I guess there must be water. Actually, let's just find out. Okay, there is water. Where is the water out there? I guess we'll just fly. You know, I've got enough fireworks to be wasteful. With my... Oh, God. That wasn't good. I guess we're going to start destroying the sponges and placing them in the water. Because then we can always pick them up later. Perfect. Yeah, I think that might be smart, actually. Like, as I go along, destroy them with my hoe. Because they're pretty fast to destroy now that netherite hoes exist. And 1.16 made them hoeable. Which is the difference between recently and now. Soon Toycat will be able to impersonate anyone with his top-notch accents. Honestly, people say that learning a language takes 36 weeks. I reckon with 36 hours, you can impersonate an accent pretty flawlessly. And I think that might be like a more valuable talent. Because like speaking a whole nother language is all about like... Because again, I've always said this and it sounds like fake and it sounds ignorant, honestly. And you know what? I'm both ignorant and fake, so let's not pretend that. But I've always felt like the way that non-English speakers speak English is much more interesting than the way they speak their own languages. Like in terms of like, because I can understand it. Obviously, like if I knew the language, I'd be fascinated by the blah, blah, blah. But like the fact that like we all have this universal language, but everyone speaks it slightly differently, and the way you speak it tells people where you are from. Like that is like mind-blowing to me. Like a real head explosion moment that like it's the same language. I'm speaking the exact same language right now as my good friend from Ireland would be speaking, but with the tiny little bits of differences and where they throw the noises. They have the exact same sounds. You can hear when I talk about my good friend Patty and how he this is American now. I'm from the great state of New York, except when I say New York, I'm saying it wrong because I gotta be more aggressive apparently. Isn't this crazy? Shouldn't this all be the same accent? That's what I'd say. English really is the only language you need. So the problem with trying to learn other languages is you have to like engross yourself in like one of very few cultures where you can learn. Like it's English is like so useful. It's like ironically like a problem how useful it is, right? If you're trying to learn a language, because like if you go to most countries and you speak, like every time I'd go to Germany to like and speak German, the person would just switch to English and be like, let's just do this. Let's save ourselves both a bit of embarrassment. But if you go to like, I don't know, Colombia and speak Spanish, they're going to be like, well, this is all I've got. I guess I'm working with you. And then you'll like improve it. If by New York you mean Texas, I think there's a lot of similarity in the accent. You see, a Texas rancher might speak like this, but a New York accent's a little more at the front of the mouth. Hey, back there, buddy. That's where you got to be going. I fade between them too. Every time I speak New York, I just immediately go to Texas. It's a problem. We need to have a ban on the Texas accent until I can actually do a New York one. That should be the rules, right? So, Kat, do you think the whole Northern Ireland thing is wrong? Wrong? That's not a really. It's a political compromise between lots of very interesting groups, let's say. I don't know how you can try and describe an entire like province's an entire state's existence as being fake. I'll speak Dutch to you if that's what you want. I would love to have a conversation with someone where I speak English and they speak their own language, and then I just guess what they said, and then I speak more English. You know, that would be fun. That would be a lot of fun. Like, you know, actually, like, because whenever I do that in public, I'm terrified by what the person said that they're not telling me. You know, like, I told the story of like the security person in Mexico said something over and over and over again, and he kept like he was stopping me, wouldn't let me go past. Then after like the third time, he gave up and stopped trying. It's like, what was so important for security that you had to mention it all those times, but then could just give up on anyway? It's like, that doesn't seem good. Haha, let's do it. Do the pirate one again, please. I'm a pirate. I'm from the pirate land. I don't know. This is Irish, I think, actually. The West Country rolls their R's. There is farmers, and there's pirates over on the boats. They are, because they're all from Bristol, apparently. I don't know why the pirates are from Bristol, but this is I'm gonna stop doing accents. Everyone hates accents, but I just keep doing them. It's my worst fault as a human. You know what? I've got a lot of worst faults, I'm sure. You know what? Tell me about my faults, chat. You like that bit where I said that something shouldn't have been a month, should be a year instead? That was offensive. You know when I said it should be a day instead? That was also offensive. It's offensive to imply anything is not exactly how it be, is what I learned from that conversation. My ears are in pain, yes. That's my piracy working. You see, these days, pirates don't have many physical targets to aim at, so instead, they aim for the internet, where... yeah, I'm gonna stop right now. You only protect 1.67 million people from house fires. A lot of people have been subscribing in the last couple of days. It's interesting, like, I always assumed, like, it's been so many years since the console days that I figured, like, my channel's growth and updates were unlinked. But it's crazy how linked they actually are. Also, thank you, the Northern Irish accent is definitely wrong. I'm from Northern Ireland and I sound like I'm not speaking with any in my mouth because I don't know why they do it. It's meant to be Scottish. I literally can't. No one can do a Northern Irish accent. Literally no one. It blows my mind that that is a place that even exists. Have you ever seen someone from Northern Ireland? That's what I thought. Are they really real? That's what I thought. I mean, if you have some evidence to the contrary, I'd like to hear it. You're insecure and overly self-critical. The problem is if you're not overly self-critical, someone's gonna like people are gonna do it for you, and it's better to like be ahead of that, you know. It's better to be the one criticizing yourself than to let other people do it. Because by the time someone else gets to it, it's like far too gone, you know. So Northern Ireland is like Wyoming. I've never heard someone from Wyoming with that accent, but I guess if y'all say so. I'm gonna stop. Maybe all the people who had cars in London in the 80s, says Optic Cycle. You know, I think there is an interesting thing that like London is like actively pushing people not to drive, and nah, this is like an Urban Planet topic. I'm sorry, we're gonna end that one. Not today, Internet. If you want to learn about cities and driving, then you can't. You're not worthy of it. You don't get to. Try better next time. I can definitely tell you why all the pirates are from Bristol. Google Robert Newton. Is that Isaac Newton's like dad? You know, I bet they are related. It's every time in history there's two people with the same name. It's like a 50% chance they're somehow vaguely related, and I've always liked that. Actually, you know, the crazy thing though is there are two presidents called Clinton. There's Bill Clinton, and there's George Clinton, entirely unlinked. And for some reason, like no one even questions it besides me. Like, really, there are two presidents coincidentally named Clinton. I think there are two presidents coincidentally named Jackson, right? And then the only two presidents that are linked, like by birth or whatever, are called like, I think one is John Adams and one is like John Quincy Adams. It's like their first names are the thing they have in common. What's the, you know, I just don't understand it. George Clinton wasn't a president. Oops. My bad. What was he? Was he, you know, see, there's a street in, I think it's in Hoboken, named Clinton Street, and it's next to all the president's streets, so I was like, he must be a president. You know, I'm sorry. Today I learned I don't know presidents. I'm sorry, am I not American enough for y'all? Well, you see, I guess I gotta get better at my presidents. First president, George Washington. Second president, John Adams. Third president, the one with the you know, like all the life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You know, the all men are created equal. These rights are self-evident. That guy. Then it's then it's James Madison. There we go. Look at that. I know so many presidents. Look at that. I know the early ones. I know the I know there was a orange man in there till recently. Look at that, I'm funny and I can keep up with current political events. I'm great at this, I know. Should I use some more sponges? You know what? No, I'm just gonna leave these out to dry. I'm gonna deal with this later. Actually, I'm gonna take this with me because I entirely forgot it was here. So I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna go now, and I'm gonna say that we did some pretty good work today. So I'm gonna go put this back, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of mining. Or maybe I shouldn't. It's pretty late, and I've got like real videos to make. Also, I want to hear about your seed, Jay Nunley, and I do think oh god. I'm so glad that Minecraft Bedrock doesn't have as much damage as Java when that happens. I would have died so many times if it did. Like, I literally flew straight into a mountain while I was reading chat. Should have been my death. I only know the ones that are in Hamilton, says Leanne Vandermeer. See, those are the 3 I got. They're all in Hamilton. Then after that, it was someone, and then it was John Quincy. I think of the first 6 presidents, 5 were from Virginia. So there's a fun fact for you. In the same way, like, all the presidents now are from, like, you know, New York or whatever. Oh, dang, I missed some of the stream. How long has it been live? You're here at the tail end, Miss Swazzy. But the good news is we're still talking relevant, great things. Realm review when, says Jackie Ann. You know, I should do that, shouldn't I? I guess I should do it after the update comes out. And then do, like, 1.17. Yeah, I think I'll, like, wait for as long as I can after the update. See what people can do with the new blocks. That's a great idea. I'm going to write that down. That's a very good idea. I'm going to deal with this later. The explanation for Toycat Survival World. You're not incorrect. But also I take deep offense at hearing the correct truth. So I'm going to take this sand. I'm going to throw it in this. Honestly, my inventory just becomes such a mess as you don't deal with it for a few minutes and then it just like adds up and adds up and adds up. Like, what am I meant to do with all this rotten flesh, for example? Like, how does it just keep on growing? How is there so much rotten flesh? I might need to, like, work on my long-term storage for stuff like this that, like, I don't intend on using, but, like, I guess I should. So I'm gonna grab my couple of iron frames. I'm gonna take all this rotten flesh. Rotten flesh, rotten flesh, rotten flesh. Some slime balls. No, I'll keep the slime balls. And we're gonna go. 4-hour chest organization stream. Honestly, what I need to do is I just need to get, like... I think sorting things into chests when I get them is, like, the way to not let that build up. So I think my big chest room in the mountain house, I should add more chests to that organization. Like, here is the chest for mob drops. Here is the chest for this, that, the other, etc. That might be smarter than what I'm doing right now. Yeah, maybe, honestly, let's make that change this moment. Who's gonna stop me? I'm not gonna stop me. First of all, though, I'm gonna put my rotten flesh away. Because I have far too much of it. Where does it even come from? Oh, look, there's a chicken and a baby. So here's my world. Oh, actually, I wanna update the map. That's gonna look real cool. Like, look how cool the Neverac mountain looks. I should start doing things just for how cool they'll make the map look. That's my great idea. Here's the door. So there should be a... Oh, I've already got a rotten flesh chest. That's interesting. So I have... Like, why do I collect rotten flesh at this point? Why don't I just burn it? What is rotten flesh ever going to be useful for? I don't know, but I intend on not finding out for a while. Oh, I have a lot of leather too. As well as a lot of wood and glass. You know, maybe I should make a sand chest. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's take this. Let's put it over... Is this gravel? That's stone. Is this... Where would sand go? I guess sand would go over here somewhere. I guess these would be the wood types. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn it, there's no space for wood. You know what? Sand's going over here now. It's been decided. We'll just put some sand away. I've got too much sand right now. There we go. Oh, wait, is that sandstone? No, that's sand. There we go. I solved another problem. You proud of me, chat? Maybe it'll have some use in an update someday. Yeah, that's my big fear. It genuinely might, right? You don't know that it won't. And that's why I've got my silly number of eggs as well. You just don't know. Okay, let's Let's leave this delightful... Oh, let's leave that open, actually. Let's leave this little place. Oh, I need to update the Triforce, probably, too. Over here. For legal reasons. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's go see how much this map has changed in other ways, actually, as well. And then maybe we'll look at the music. Nah, we will. Let's fly. Fix this map. It looks like there's some yellow triangles. I don't know why there's yellow triangles over there. Are you seeing these yellow triangles? Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, it's all changing. Oh, wow. They changed map generation a lot. There we go. That's much better. Yeah, that's so cool that they finally separated birch and spruce wood in the map data. See, a tiny change happened at some point that most people would never even notice. But I get to appreciate it in my giant map wall. Look at that. Just a little bit more colorful. Just a little bit. Those are some weird triangles. Yeah, I have no idea where those triangles came from. I don't see them. That's all I know. I wonder what other things would change if I loaded up the map again. These are the questions I have. I told you last time you updated maps. Yeah, I think I recall that. I definitely am trying to waste less fireworks. Fewer fireworks, technically. But I'm not doing a good job there. So what else was I gonna... I was gonna go play around with a couple of chests in the house. Because I've got the ore chest already. Which I should probably label as well, by the way. Let's do that. Let's label some chests correctly. And let's try and have like a mob drop chest. And I can put things in there and then later like transfer it to the big long-term storage. Okay, that's a good idea. And that way it's like at least sorted in some way. Even if you don't need stuff, sorting it is probably good, right? So this is not labeled. And neither is this. I need to put a label there and a label like here. This chest room is beautiful. Anyone who says otherwise lies. James JG Does says, I respectfully request to see a big salmon, please. You know what? Should we show you big salmon? Can you respect the big salmon? Or is it all a lie? That's my question. Okay, so rotten flesh 1. What's all this kelp doing around here? Oh, carrots as well. Man, things just get messier the more you look at them. These cocoa beans, the sand. I think, there we go. We got far too much rotten flesh. As well as too many bones and string and just, let's move it all to a special chest where we can actually see it. Eventually arrows as well. That's another big one that can be annoying. Okay, so that's all the string. That's all the rotten flesh. We'll put it away here, and then we'll go look at big salmon. Proof Mojang needs to add hanging signs. So, Kat, have you noticed some streamers don't put free donations, and even if it's like 100 euros, they don't acknowledge it? I mean, I definitely have the gut reaction that I dislike that like everyone else. There's an interesting thing about it, though, right? If you think about it. Because by not reading out a tip when someone gives you a ton of money, you're kind of doing a service to everyone else in your stream, right? Like, if I ignore JT, if I ignore his tip, if I don't read it out, I just let it sit. I don't even let it go on screen. All of you are doing better off. Like, the only person who benefits is me and James. And maybe if you enjoy his message, you benefit too. But, like, inherently, it's like, if someone, if you were watching I'm going to try and make a bad comparison here. If you were watching a concert, is that what people call them? Concert just feels so old-timey to me, and I don't like music enough, so it confuses me, but... you're watching a concerto, and while you're at said concert, someone throws $1,000 cash at the artist and says, "Can you say hi to my kid?" And the guy's like, "Everyone, just a second. Quick little thank you to Kevin Schimpf's kids. Thank you, Kevin Schimpf. Let's get back to our scheduled that nonsense." Like, that would be a bad thing for everyone but Kevin, and maybe the artist is benefiting because he's like that's an argument you can make, right? I wouldn't make it personally because I think that but I do think that me responding to tips is semi self-interested, right? It's definitely, if I respond positively, maybe more people are encouraged to do it in the future. I like that there are a number of people who will tip regardless of what my response is. That makes me feel more free to be like, you know, actually, maybe I hate you, JT. Maybe James, if that's even your real name. Maybe you don't ever get to see Big Salmon again. Maybe I hate you, and maybe your parents do too. You know, like, I can say that and not feel like it's a grave insult. Okay, so now we're gonna... Oh, wait, we need to make a sign on one of those chests. Do I have birch? I do. Let's make... Oh, I've got some birch signs already. 1, 2. Let's place them down so we can label our ore chest. Because I always lose the ore chest, so it's not doing well. So this one is called Ori. Oh, I don't... Okay, I'm gonna have to use my keyboard. Ori. I guess Ori... Oh. I'm hilarious. Thank you. I make good jokes. And then we're also gonna have like a little sign that comes off the ceiling here. I don't think that's how signs work. It doesn't. It should be. I'll have a little sign that goes like on the side of the chest that says mob drops. There we go. Nice. Why is there a random trident in the ceiling? Does your house not have a random trident in the ceiling? Ori in the Blind Forest. Very, very funny. But yeah, that's like a real thing, right? I don't think it works in the long run. I think people prefer you give more genuine answers. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm losing a ton of money as a result. Oh wait, do I have some rotten flesh in there? No, that's not that. But I think people do prefer when you're... I think people probably mildly prefer... Like, I think people think that people prefer you respond to their thing. But really, like, you know, does someone want to interact the entire stream? Or do they just want a little mention like, oh yeah, thank you. Thank you, James. You know what, James? You have a question? Who is the council? What even is a big salmon? Maybe you made up big salmon. Maybe it's all fake. Maybe you're fake. Maybe the whole world isn't real. Maybe your notion of real doesn't line up with that of reality. Okay, let's look at big salmon. I've already loaded big salmon onto a map. This is gonna be a waste. You know, I'm wasting 2 fireworks for you, James. Should I? No, I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm gonna walk over there like a man. Or a cat, or whatever I am these days. Biggest mistake I ever made on the internet was calling myself ibxtoycat. And then the whole, like, movement of people being like, this is my, you know, like, online, this is my, I don't even want to say it. I literally can't say it. But, like, people are like, yes, I am a cat. You will refer to me as cat. And that's just who I am now. I'm being my authentic self. I just walked in. Don't know what I walked into. I'm confused. Now I'm leaving. That's the attitude, Tyler Lawton. That's the attitude. Pause on slide. Streamers reading out every message. I mean, the streams is just them reading messages. Yeah, exactly. That's the point. And then if you set too high of a minimum to read it out, you're like, oh, you're too good for my $6. And it's like, well, I mean, also yes, but you know, it's hard to get people's responses without maybe hurting them a little bit. But yeah, you know, actually after today's stream I've decided, I think today we're gonna deal with the cheap cat thing, because like 2 people became members today, and like it makes the problem like even bigger. This is gonna be a big one, and we're gonna make it better. But tomorrow, oh, maybe I could do it on stream tomorrow. Go even more dramatic about it. That might be a fun idea. Would you like to see Big Salmon, internet? Well, I've got some good news for you. Because seeing Big Salmon, as beautiful as she is what has ended this stream. That's right, this is all James JT Judd's fault. But more seriously, I hope you all enjoyed today's live stream. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Because I'll see you all in the next one. Also, my headphone died. I can't hear it work. Also, my dental assistant. I bet I scare you, British man. You literally do.
I want to use Realms to play my survival world on my new laptop. Do I just buy realms and upload
Yeah,
it from the
you-
Xbox and then can play
If you
it on
have
the
a
laptop?
realm, you can play it on both platforms at the same time. Obviously, you have to play Windows 10 Minecraft, not the Java version. But then you can play on the same platforms. No problems whatsoever. This is my Xbox world, but I'm playing it here on PC. Can I prove that I'm playing on PC? I guess I can show you my cursor. Look at this. This isn't a mouse. But then I also can play on controller like this. You know, I'm not being very clear about anything. The only thing I'm clear about is I appreciate you showing up today. I'm going to have a video out. I might, like, flip the stream thing around and have a video, like, put this as the live stream today and a video. You know, I don't know. I've got a video coming out shortly, I hope. And I'll see you all tomorrow for a very exciting 1.17 related one. So thank you for watching, and I hope you could have held the mouse up to the cam. I mean, this isn't proof of anything, right? I can hold a controller and it doesn't mean I'm playing on an Xbox. Anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, because I'll see you next time. Good. Oh, thank you, Shady. See, I set up a thing that turned off tips if they were $1 or less, but they still show anyway. So I appreciate it. Because like it was like getting spammy at one point. But yeah, goodbye. Unless your name is Keith.